Imagine if the world's most effective longevity secret was completely free, didn't need a script, and required under half an hour daily. Experts at Harvard Medical School recently validated what heart specialists and aging experts have believed for years, and the findings were so significant, they appeared in numerous top scientific journals. Most older adults are advised to regulate blood pressure, monitor lipids, and stay on their prescriptions. Those factors are vital. However, there is a particular routine that Harvard scientists found might extend your biological life by roughly 7 to 10 years. Not just your chronological age, but your internal biological markers. Yet, the vast majority of seniors are either skipping this entirely or performing it in a way that misses the most critical health rewards. I am Dr. Lana Mitchell, and this platform has one goal: to provide the latest science-based wellness advice tailored specifically for those over 60. If you are new here, subscribe right now so you never miss the data your physician might lack the time to discuss during a brief 15-minute visit. Now let's explore precisely what Harvard discovered. The practice is daily walking, though not just any stroll and not just any duration. Harvard investigators pinpointed very specific details regarding the timing, technique, and distance seniors require to activate the cellular changes that genuinely slow the aging process. This is why these results are so remarkable. In 2019, a research group from Harvard-linked Brigham and Women's Hospital shared a major study in JAMA Internal Medicine tracking the activity and survival rates of over 16,000 women aged 60 to 80. The data surprised even the scientists leading the project. Women averaging only 4,400 steps daily were 41% less likely to pass away during the observation window than those hitting just 2,700 steps. These perks increased with higher counts, eventually leveling off at about 7,500 steps each day. That equals roughly 3 to 3.5 miles. For most older adults, that involves about 30 to 35 minutes of steady walking. One simple habit: a 41% decrease in all-cause mortality. Let us pause and really consider that for a second. Not a 10% gain, not a 15% drop, but a 41% lower mortality risk from a 30-minute stroll. I want you to reflect on your current activity levels right now. If you had to guess, how many steps do you average daily? Share your estimate below. We want to see what the seniors in this community are actually doing. Now, the step data is impressive, but Harvard's work goes much further, and their cellular discoveries explain exactly how those extra years are earned. Here is the science explained simply. Every cell contains chromosomes, and the ends of those chromosomes have structures known as telomeres. Think of telomeres as the protective caps on the tips of shoestrings. They keep the chromosome from unraveling or sustaining damage. Each time a cell replicates, those telomere caps shorten slightly. When they get too short, the cell loses its ability to divide correctly. It enters a state scientists call senescence. Essentially, a cell that persists but no longer works right. This represents biological aging at its most basic level. This is where the Harvard walking data connects straight to that mechanism. A key study from Harvard Medical School experts noted that adults with high levels of consistent physical activity possessed telomeres that were biologically 9 years younger than sedentary individuals. Not 9 months, 9 entire years. People who stayed active daily had the cellular profile of someone nearly a decade younger than their birth certificate indicated, and that is precisely how we reach the 10-year longevity figure. Aggregated data from the Harvard Alumni Health Study, which has monitored over 17,000 people since the 1960s, indicates that seniors maintaining regular moderate aerobic movement live about 6.9 to 10.4 years longer than their inactive peers. These statistics remain valid even after adjusting for body weight, smoking habits, nutrition, and existing health issues. Frank was a 71-year-old former educator from Ohio who visited his cardiologist 2 years ago and received unexpected news. His pulse rate was high. His markers for inflammation were rising. His blood pressure was ticking up even though he took 2 pills and was considering a third. Frank always figured he had worked hard enough during his career that retirement was for relaxing. His doctor suggested something basic, just 30 minutes of walking every day. Frank felt doubtful. Walking seemed far too easy to be effective. He began anyway because the other choice was more medication. Within 8 weeks, his heart rate fell by 11 beats. After 6 months, his physician stopped one blood pressure pill completely. At his 1-year checkup, Frank's inflammation levels had dropped back to normal. He remarked to his doctor, "I thought this was the easy path. Turns out it was the right path." But what shocked me most during my review of this literature was this. It isn't only heart health and lifespan where walking provides massive gains for seniors. The cognitive benefits might be even more profound. A 2020 study in JAMA Neurology through the Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center with Harvard links followed 2,400 adults for nearly 20 years. Seniors walking at least 30 minutes daily were 50% less likely to face Alzheimer's compared to sedentary people. The reason involves a substance called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. View BDNF as a growth serum for your neurons. Walking at a brisk pace significantly boosts BDNF levels. It encourages new neuron growth, builds stronger neural pathways, and specifically shields the hippocampus, the area used for memory and learning. With aging, the hippocampus usually shrinks. Active walkers preserve their hippocampal volume. The link is that clear. Have you felt changes in your memory, focus, or mood during times when you were less active? Reply yes or no below. You are helping create a true map of what seniors in this group are feeling. Now, I must address a frequent concern. Dr. Lana Mitchell, my knees hurt or my hips ache, or I have been diagnosed with arthritis. Won't walking cause more damage? The data actually proves the opposite. A major review in the Annals of Internal Medicine showed that for adults with osteoarthritis, the most prevalent joint issue for seniors, consistent walking actually lowered pain and boosted physical ability better than resting. The cartilage in your joints lacks a direct blood supply. It receives nutrients from the synovial fluid inside the joint, and that fluid only moves when you move. Sitting still starves the cartilage. Walking nourishes it. This does not mean ignoring sharp pain or pushing through injury. It means that soft, steady movement is almost always superior to inactivity for the joints seniors worry about. Before providing the specific plan, I must discuss pace because messing this up is the main reason seniors don't get the results they want. Margaret was 68 and reached out frustrated after walking 3 times weekly for 2 months. She saw no change and wanted to stop. When I checked her plan, the error was obvious. She walked at what she called a comfortable speed. The science is very clear here. You must reach what researchers call moderate intensity. You should feel slightly warm and a bit winded, yet able to talk in complete sentences. If you can easily sing while moving, you are going too slow to spark the biological changes linked to longevity. Margaret increased her speed, added 10 minutes daily, and walked every single day. Within 6 weeks, her vitality changed. Within 4 months, her doctor halved her statin prescription. Now, here is the part of this routine that most people miss, and fixing it can double your metabolic gains. Harvard exercise experts found that splitting your 30 minutes into 2 15-minute blocks, once in the morning and once in the evening, creates better glucose control and more lasting heart benefits than one long session. The blood sugar drop from walking has a short duration. 2 sessions extend that benefit throughout the day, helping your body function with better glucose levels. If your day only allows one block is still highly beneficial and worth doing. But if you can divide it, the data strongly favors that method. Here is exactly what the science suggests and what I advise. Begin with 20 minutes of steady walking at a brisk but manageable pace every day, not 5 days. Daily frequency maintains the anti-inflammatory and heart benefits without the reset that breaks cause. After 2 weeks at 20 minutes, move to 25. 2 weeks later, hit 30. This slow buildup avoids joint strain and greatly lowers the risk of injury. Use supportive walking shoes with good padding. Data from Harvard Medical School's rehabilitation specialists found that right shoes cut impact on joints and the back by 40%. Seek a heel drop of 8 to 12 millimeters and a soft sole. Brands like New Balance, Brooks, or Asics offer great models for seniors, usually between $80 and $130, and are found in most stores or online. Walk outside if you can. Sunlight during morning walks helps your internal clock, improves rest, and assists vitamin D production, all which enhance the longevity goals you are chasing. If the weather is bad, a treadmill with a 1 to 2% incline perfectly copies natural walking movements. Have 8 ounces of water before starting. Low hydration notably decreases the heart and brain perks of your walk. If you use blood thinners, have heart failure history, or were told by a medic to limit exercise, please talk to your doctor before changing your walking habits. Most seniors with managed health issues can walk safely, but your doctor should verify that for your case. Watch for chest pressure, unusual breathlessness, or feeling lightheaded during walks, and stop immediately if those occur. Real changes in blood pressure and heart rate usually show up within 4 to 8 weeks of daily walking. Sleep improvements often start in 2 to 3 weeks. The deep cellular and immune changes take 3 to 6 months to show on tests. Give this routine the time it needs before judging its full success. Here is what it all means. Harvard's decades of study involving tens of thousands of people confirms what human biology was built for. Daily movement, not heavy lifting, not pricey memberships. 30 minutes of walking every day at a speed that tests you slightly creates biological shifts that can add nearly a decade of healthy life. That is not a minor detail. That is everything. I want your feedback now. Comment starting today if you are taking the 30-minute daily walking challenge after this. Comment your current step count if you monitor it so we can see the starting point. Or ask a question about walking and joint health, and I will answer the most common ones this week. If this helped you, please subscribe so you don't miss next week's video, where I will share 3 specific foods Harvard experts found seniors should avoid before their next blood test, because they secretly raise heart risk in ways that normal tests miss. That data could truly change your diet starting tomorrow. I am Dr. Lana Mitchell.